Hey folks, I'm glad you're here. My name is Chris, and this is the Sons of Sever YouTube channel where there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad gear. Today, my brother Eric and I are going to be talking about the Toetem Alpha Black Bear Adventure Sandals. This has been a fun category of footwear for us to work with this summer. This will be our third and final sandal for the season as we're getting into the fall and winter months. We're not going to need these as much, but hopefully next summer and spring we will do some more reviews on similar footwear to these. But as always, we're going to talk about our likes and our dislikes of these sandals. If you want to hop around to different parts of the video, there are timestamps down in the description. Another thing I want to mention is that if you have a question about these that we don't answer in the video, make sure to leave that question down in the comment section below. We're very engaged with our comment section and we'll be more than happy to answer your question if we can. But for now, I'm going to pass things over to Eric to kick us off with his likes of the Alpha Black Bear from Toetem.
Alright, talking about my likes with the Toetem sandal, the first thing that I'm going to mention here is probably something that might echo Chris's likes a little bit, and that's the strap system on this thing. And I'll highlight this piece right here, this attachment piece where all the straps come together. There's no metal, there's no buckles, there's no plastic. And so I think that that makes it durable and also makes it very comfortable, because that can be an abrasive part of some brands' sandals when you have like a metal buckle right here that's rubbing against your foot. And when it came to a shoe like the Feelgrounds Pathway that I had earlier this summer, it has a little plastic piece that was right there, and I ended up breaking that plastic piece while I was out longboarding with the sandal. So I was definitely straining it, probably beyond what it was supposed to take, but it was a bummer that I ended up breaking those sandals, and that definitely wouldn't happen with this piece that they have right here. It's this nice suede piece, so it's very comfortable on your foot, and I think it's gonna last a long time. I also really like the ease of use when it comes to putting the sandal on. So once you get these two straps set up, it's really cool. You can slide this part down, and when you want to go and put the sandal on, that's really easy to slip your foot in, and you can even wear it like that casually. If you're just walking around, it'll stay on your foot just fine. But then when you're ready to do something athletic with it, if you're going to go hike or run, you just slide that piece up, and now it's more secure to your foot. So I think that's a really cool feature about the sandal and the straps that it has. That's very functional for me. It's something that I like because this is a little bit more comfortable, and then tightening it obviously is more functional for when you want to do athletic things with it. I opted for the hemp footbed, and I really like it. It's very soft. It feels just a little bit grippy for your foot, but not in an abrasive way at all. And it does really well when it's wet too. So I got this thing wet when I went on a trip to Capitol Reef in Utah, walking through a river, and it felt just as grippy when it was wet as when it was dry. So I think it's a great hemp footbed that they've got going on with it. One thing I think that is cool about these sandals as well is that they've got options. Now, a lot of websites do this, so I'm glad that Toetem has that too. This is an 8mm stack height sandal. They've got 5mm, and they also have 13mm. So it's nice that you've got that variety there. You can also get a leather footbed or this hemp footbed. So the options that they have are really cool, and you can kind of tailor that to you and the needs that you have for the sandal. So overall, a very comfortable sandal to wear. The straps are nice and comfy on your feet. I think the footbed does a good job. You can tailor that stack height to whatever you want for the most comfort. And then I think they did a good job with the piece that goes in between your toe as well. I was able to wear these pretty much all day, almost 2 days straight, and it never felt uncomfortable in between my toes right there. So a really good offering from Toetem.
Getting into my likes of the Alpha Black Bear, the first thing that I want to mention is the strap system. Not only do I just like how the strap system is set up in general, especially with the ability to add the meta straps, which I actually don't think you like super need. I like the extra security I got out of them. Did a lot of running without the meta strap, and the sandal worked just fine. Does add an extra feel of security, but the thing that I really like about his straps is how comfortable these things are. They seem to be some kind of suede sewn together with maybe a tiny little bit of padding in between, and they're probably the most comfortable sandal straps that I've experienced so far. So the performance is great, but the comfort is next level when it comes to the strap system. The next thing I want to talk about is how much I like the leather footbed. So Eric got the hemp footbed and I got the leather footbed. We wanted to do that so that we could get a really well-rounded opinion for you guys of how the different footbeds perform. I find that this footbed is very comfortable. I like the way it breaks in to your foot, just like any other leather footbed will. We really like the leather footbeds from Jim Green in their African Rangers. Those mold to your foot. Same thing with this. It's a very soft and comfortable leather. It also seems to be holding up really, really well from the abuse we've been giving it. It's about 1 millimeter of leather as far as I can tell, and then the other 7 millimeters of the 8 millimeter stack height are coming from that Vibram outsole, which is my next like. I love the grip of this outsole. I think it performs really well where you're gonna want an adventure style sandal outsole to perform in the mountains, trail running, those kinds of things. This really, really shines. I think it's minimal enough that it doesn't feel overkill just wearing this thing as a comfortable sandal around town, but it really shines out in the wilderness, especially on wet surfaces. If you're rock hopping across a stream or around a waterfall, then this grip pattern is going to hold up really, really nicely for you. With our likes of the Alpha Black Bear out of the way, it's time to get into our dislikes. But first, we want to mention some affiliates.
Okay, so one of those affiliates is Toetem. We just picked them up as an affiliate partner, so if you like what you're seeing here, and you can't tell already, we really like these sandals. Use that link down in our description to go and get to their website. If you do use that link and it results in a sale, just know we do get a small commission from that at no extra cost to you, but that really does help the channel out. It helps to put more gear into our hands and then more reviews out to you. Another affiliate that would pair really well with a pair of Totems on chillier mornings, like the one that we went running on. You can see that we're wearing socks for the first part of our run there, and Creeper's toe socks is our favorite one. So this is a limited edition red color drop that they had. They do that every once in a while. We've had some blue ones, some yellow ones, now we've got these red ones, but their staple sock are just the black ones, and they've got 3 different lengths. They've got ankle socks, they've got a quarter crew, and a crew cut. We love the way that they feel on our feet. We love the way that they feel casually, as well as the way that they perform out on the trail. We highly recommend Creeper's toe socks. Okay, when it comes to my dislikes of the Toetem Alpha Black Bear, the biggest thing that I can think of is that the straps don't feel like they come up high enough around your ankle. So for me, they always kind of feel like they're about to slip off. Now, to their credit, they never have. With all of my walking around, with all of my running, going through rivers and things like that, they haven't ever fallen off, but they just feel like they're about to. And they have a solution for that on their website. These are called the Meta Straps. So let me just throw that on for you right there. So you'll see in a lot of the B-roll of me, I've got these things on. And 2 things that I don't like about that. One, I mean, they do work really well. They give you an added bit of security. And so if you are going to take these things out running, I would suggest picking them up. But the thing I don't like about that is the shoes already cost $130. And then you have to go and pick up, I think it's like a $15 to $20 Meta strap to really secure it to your foot and make it feel like it's not going to fall off while you're running. So that I'm not too fond of. Now, to their credit again, Chris ran with his on our trail run without the Meta strap the whole time, and he didn't have any issues with that. So like I said, it just feels like this is going to fall off. It hasn't ever actually happened, and having this strap on there definitely helps to make them feel more secure. But then I don't like the bulkiness and the just interesting way that they look with that extra strap. So that's my little spiel on my little soapbox about the security to your foot and the Meta strap there. Besides that, I really, really like these sandals. I think that they do look super cool. I think that they are very comfortable, and I love that they're handmade in the US. It's a very small family-owned company, so it's definitely one that we would love for you to go and check out. I like the materials here, the way that it's constructed. There's a lot to like about the Toetem sandal. It's definitely one that we would suggest for you.
Getting into my dislikes of the Alpha Black Bear, they're pretty few and far between, and the first one's actually totally my fault. So they have 2 widths when it comes to the wideness of the sandal. They have a standard and a wide. I wish I'd gone with the wide. Eric and I thought that the standard would be wide enough for us. I'm not sure if it was for Eric. We haven't talked about that specifically between the 2 of us, but I would like just a little bit more to the inner edge here. It does feel like that as I am going about doing things in these, my big toe does start to find its way close to the edge of this sandal, a little too close for comfort for me. So again, that's my bad, but I definitely wish I would have gone with the wide fit instead of the standard fit. The next thing I want to mention is I wish that the ankle straps went up a little bit higher. I think that would get rid of the need for the meta straps. Again, the meta straps really just add what I think is a feeling of security. I ran quite a bit in these without the meta straps because I ordered mine after the fact and had to wait for them to come. So while I was waiting, I was using the sandal anyway. And by the time they got here, I determined that honestly, this thing never slips off my heel. It feels like it's going to, and I think that's just because it naturally sits a little bit lower on the Achilles, maybe a little too close to the heel itself, to the point where it feels like it's slipping down even though it isn't actually. I wish that this was just raised up a little bit, maybe get the strap more above the Achilles instead of right on it. Getting into my final opinion of the Alpha Black Bear from Toetem, I'm a huge fan of this thing. I think it might actually be my favorite sandal that we've reviewed so far. It's a tight race between this and the Earth Runner. The Earth Runner, I love the shape of it. I love how the strap system keeps my foot in place, but this guy is killing it on the grip pattern on the bottom and the comfort. This thing feels so good. So that makes it a very performative sandal, in my opinion. This thing is optimal for performance. So if you're interested in sandal comfort, but also rugged optimal performance of a sandal, something that you do want to take hiking and trail running and things like that, I'd say you don't have to look too much further than the Alpha Black Bear from Toetem. Folks, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. All those things really help the channel out. If you're interested in any of the products that we talked about in this video, there will be links to them down in the description. If we have discount codes for any of those companies, they will be featured with the links. If you want to get more content from us, there are 3 different places you can get it. The first one is Patreon, where for $1 a month, you can get exclusive behind-the-scenes content we don't post anywhere else. If you want to be most up to date with what we are working on, make sure to follow us on Instagram, where we are constantly posting unboxing videos. Go follow us on Strava if you're interested in seeing mini reviews in real time of the products we're using and what we're using them for. Strava allows you to track and post about your different activities. We track and post about our runs, trail runs, hikes, paddleboarding, and weightlifting, and we do little mini reviews on the products we're using during those activities. Go follow us there, and we will follow you back. We appreciate your view, and as always, we will catch you in the mountains.